The movie starts with General Thaddeus Ross giving a speech as he prepares to become the new president of the United States. He promises to work with the Avengers to protect the world and improve trade with other countries. Meanwhile, Sam Wilson watches the speech on the news. Reporters mention Ross's short temper, his role in the Hulk and Abomination's battle in Harlem, and his strained relationship with his daughter, Betty. 5 months later, Sam Wilson, now Captain America, teams up with Joaquin Torres, the new Falcon, on a mission in Oaxaca, Mexico. Under Ross's orders, they are targeting the Serpent Society, a mercenary group led by Sidewinder, who are stealing the special package. Cap tracks them to a church, using his wings and shield to fight off the mercenaries. As the captain reaches Sidewinder, he sees Sidewinder is taking some women hostage. Sidewinder then he orders his men to go after Captain, but he fights with them, taking all of them down and saving the hostage. However, he gets delayed fighting a large enemy, allowing Sidewinder to escape. Meanwhile, Joaquin calls Captain and requests him to wear his suit to chase the mercenaries who are escaping on bike with package. Captain allows him, and Joaquin puts on his Falcon suit to chase down more mercenaries and secure a package the Serpents plan to sell to a mysterious buyer. Inside, Captain defeats the last goon as Joaquin retrieves the package. After defeating the goons, they report to Ross that the mission was successes. Torres talks about how he really wants to learn how to be Falcon, so Sam brings him to Baltimore in order to train with Isaiah Bradley. While Sam and Isaiah demonstrate how the training will work, Sam is interrupted by a phone call from the president inviting him to an event at the White House and to bring Joaquin and Isaiah. After the call, Isaiah expresses his doubts about Sam working for a government that has done both of them wrong in the past, but Sam tries to assure him that things are changing for the better. The trio arrives at the event, where a lady brings Sam for a private meeting with Ross. Ross proposes restarting the Avengers with Sam as their new leader. However, Sam is hesitant, remembering how Ross handled the Sokovia Accords. Despite this, Ross insists that if they work together, things can be different this time. After their conversation, Ross speaks to the guests about mining on Celestial Island, the small part of Tiamat that emerged from the Indian Ocean in Eternals. He reveals that adamantium has been discovered there, which was also the package Sam and Joaquin recovered. Ross is working on a treaty to manage its trade and distribution among nations. Suddenly, the song Mr. Blue starts playing, and Isaiah abruptly stands up and shoots at Ross. Others join him, and the room erupts into chaos. Isaiah, along with 4 other men, is mind-controlled into attempting to assassinate Ross. Ruth Bat-Seraph, Ross's security advisor and a former Black Widow, quickly takes down the other attackers while Sam focuses on stopping Isaiah. Sam chases him to a park, where Isaiah finally regains control of himself. Though afraid of being imprisoned again, Sam convinces him to surrender. Sam confronts Ross in his bunker, with only Ruth present. While Ross and Ruth believe Isaiah was part of a coordinated attack, Sam insists he was being controlled and wants to clear his name. However, Ross thinks Sam is too emotionally involved and reminds him that he is not Steve Rogers. Later, Sam visits Isaiah in his cell to ask him what happened before the attack. Isaiah describes that his phone was acting oddly right before the attack and reiterates that he has no idea what happened. Sam tells him he will uncover the truth about the attack and release him from the prison. But Isaiah, believing there's no hope, tells Sam not to come back and tells him he will die in prison. In his car, Sam asks Joaquin for help to figure out what happened. Joaquin checks the surveillance cameras and notices that Isaiah and the other men had something blinking on their phones before the attack. Soon after, Sam is ambushed by Sidewinder, who has been hired to kill him. Sidewinder attempts to blow up Sam's car, but Sam escapes and fights back. Though Sidewinder tries to shoot and stab him, Sam overpowers him, knocking him out and leaving him for the authorities. Then, Sam's phone rings and it's Sidewinder's employer, who congratulates him on his victory but warns that something worse is coming. Meanwhile, Ross talks to other world leaders who were caught in the crossfires of the attack. They have begun to lose faith in Ross's capabilities as a leader, which threatens to compromise the treaty. Sam brings Sidewinder's phone to Joaquin to trace the source of the employer's call. They find It leads to an off-grid facility called Camp Echo 1 in Virginia. As they head there, Ruth watches a brainwashed prison guard kill the shooters in custody, sparing only Isaiah, before the guard kills himself while a song, Mr. Blue, plays. Meanwhile, the mysterious villain contacts Ross, warning him of an impending shift in power. Sam and Joaquin arrive at Camp Echo 1 and use Sam's drone, Red Wing, to sneak inside. They successfully manage to get inside and find a lab containing genetic data on several people, including Isaiah and the other attackers. Sam also finds that Stearns has lots of pills for Ross and takes some with him to investigate. As they are investigating, Samuel Stearns, the mastermind behind the president attack, appears. Sam asks why he wants to kill Ross. Samuel Stearns explains that after the events with the Hulk, where he was injected with Bruce Banner's blood, Ross had him imprisoned without a trial. The increased gamma radiation from the blood gave Stearns superintelligence, fueling his desire for revenge. When Sam tries to fight back, Stearns uses a machine to briefly immobilize him before leaving him and Joaquin to face a group of hired mercenaries. The two take down the first group, but another one confronts them. Ruth arrives and defeats this group, then joins Sam and Joaquin. As they leave building, officers show up to arrest them, but the song Mr. Blue starts playing again, and the officers attempt to kill Sam and Joaquin. Sam throws his shield to knock them out, and the trio steals the officer's van to escape. Meanwhile, Ross meets with Japanese Prime Minister Ozaki, who shares his doubts about Ross's ability to lead as president. The pressure continues to mount as Ross meets with other world leaders, and his Secret Service agent, Layla Taylor, does her best to keep him calm. Sam then goes to military camp to meet Dennis Dunphy, a military contact, to examine some pills he found in Stearns' lab. He then goes to visit Sidewinder and arranges for his temporary release to discuss what he knows about Stearns. Sidewinder reveals that after Stearns was exposed to Bruce Banner's blood, his mind expanded, but Ross used him as a personal think tank, increasing the gamma dosage. This caused Stearns' head mutation. The Serpents were hired to undermine the treaty and provoke a potential war, aiming to destroy Ross' legacy. Dunphy informs Sam, Joaquin, and Ruth that Ross and Ozaki have sent warships to take control of Celestial Island. Sam goes to confront Ross about his connection to Stearns. During their heated argument, Ross admits that he has been dying from heart failure. To survive, he had Stearns create special pills containing gamma radiation, which entered his bloodstream. Ross kept Stearns imprisoned because he feared that if he was freed, he would stop making the pills. Meanwhile, Stearns goes to Admiral's home to kill him and takes control of Mr. Blue. Two American F-18 pilots are tricked into attacking the Japanese fleet. Sam and Joaquin rush to stop them. Joaquin ejects one pilot safely, while Sam rescues the other. However, Joaquin gets caught in an explosion and falls into the ocean. Meanwhile, Ross struggles to control the escalating crisis. His stress and anger start to take over. Stearns contacts him, knowing exactly what is happening and hoping Ross will lose control. Ruth sends a medical team to find Joaquin, while the rescued Japanese pilots report back to Ozaki, telling him that Captain America saved them. Sam visits Joaquin in the hospital, worried about his condition. While there, he gets an unexpected visit from Bucky, who gives him a pep talk when Sam starts doubting himself. Bucky also mentions that he might be running for Congress. Meanwhile, Stearns discovers that Dunphy knows about the gamma pills. To keep his secrets safe, Stearns uses a device to stop Dunphy's heart, killing him. Ross makes a quick call to Betty before stepping in front of reporters for a press conference. Meanwhile, Stearns finds Sam and willingly surrenders, but not before revealing the final part of his plan, to expose Ross as the true monster. During the press conference, Ross becomes increasingly agitated by the reporters' questions. As his stress builds, his body reacts to the gamma radiation, and he suddenly transforms into Red Hulk. Secret Service agents try to stop him, but their bullets have no effect. Sam, as Captain America, flies in to stop him, leading to a massive battle that destroys part of the White House. Red Hulk also takes down two helicopters sent to contain him, making the situation even worse. Captain America manages to land a few hits on Red Hulk, but Ross overpowers him, ripping off his wings and damaging his suit. Realizing brute force won't work, Sam lures him to the cherry blossoms, Ross's favorite spot to visit with Betty, hoping to trigger his memories. As Red Hulk charges, Sam uses his shield to absorb the impact, creating a shockwave that knocks them both back. Just as Ross prepares to attack again, Sam speaks to him, reminding him of Betty. The words break through his rage, and Ross slowly transforms back to normal. As authorities arrive, he surrenders without a fight. Later, Isaiah is cleared of all charges and finally released from prison, reuniting with Sam. Meanwhile, the White House is being rebuilt after the destruction. Sam later visits Ross, who is now imprisoned at the raft. During his visit, Ross is also seen meeting with Betty. Afterward, Sam heads to the hospital to check on Joaquin. Joaquin opens up to him, admitting that Sam was his inspiration for becoming a hero. During the post-credit, Sam visits Stearns at the raft, where Stearns is kept. Stearns issues a chilling warning. He claims to have seen probabilities of powerful threats from other worlds and universes that will soon come to attack Earth. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more interesting movie recaps.